In my neighborhood, a local author making a difference. I want to welcome Deedee Cummings, who is that author. Kayla, a modern day princess. MakeawayMedia.com, the website there. I absolutely love your books. They're absolutely beautiful. I looked at Deedee and she had a handful of books. I said, my goodness, how many books have you written? And you said,
I've written 20.
Oh my goodness. So what got you on this path, writing these books?
I started off my career as a child protective service worker.
Oh, ouch.
Yeah, and
that's hard.
Well, I made it even harder. I started going to law school at night.
Oh my goodness.
Because I saw so much injustice in the family court system. But by the time I graduated from law school, I wanted nothing to do with family court. So I had already gotten a master's degree and I became a therapist. And I started working with children and hearing their stories and seeing what works with them when I would work with them on coping skills and how to process their emotions and regulate how they feel. And I started writing books about it.
My goodness. I think about the work that you were doing before. That is hard work.
It's the hardest job I've ever had. I'm very glad I had that job as a child protective service worker because it made me a much more humble person and less judgmental about the world.
Because we look at people and we think, well, you know, they should make it, you know, and everybody does that. We don't even say, what's the pull yourself up by your bootstraps?
Right.
Because everybody just thinks you should be doing that.
Right.
But I have seen, I'm more attentive, I hope, and I just have seen souls that are broken.
Yes.
Our spirits can get broken.
Yeah. When I got the job as a child protective service worker, I thought that I would meet a lot of monsters. But what I met were a lot of people just like me who didn't have access to the resources that I had or didn't have the support system that I had. That's primarily the people that Child Protective Services works with and helps.
You know, some people say we're all in the same boat, and I saw a saying the other day that said we're all in the same storm. Yes. We're not in the same boat. Right. Some people have a yacht, some people have a rowboat, some people have an inflatable, and some folks are flailing in the water.
That's right.
Wow. So talk about who Kayla is.
Kayla is my daughter.
Oh, so you wrote it about your daughter. So she is a real princess.
Yes, she is a real princess. Last year, I released this 5-part picture book series called Kayla, a Modern Day Princess. And I have some of the books sitting up here. But my daughter, Kayla Pecchione, graduated from Youth Performing Arts School right here in Louisville, Kentucky. And about 3 years ago, she came back to town, which was probably like the highlight of part of the journey for me as her mom. She came back to Louisville and she was the lead actress in the Book of Mormon.
Oh my gosh, it takes your breath away a little bit. I was with my daughter. I was like, oh, did they just see that? But funny, but kind of gets you to look at things, and it's a little crazy. But
if you stay to the end,
if you stay to the end, it's worth it. But it will take your breath away for a minute. If you're like me, it'll take your breath away.
Yeah.
So she has done well.
She's done great. We're so proud of her. She's a proud Youth Performing Arts graduate, and she's done great. She came here on tour in the Book of Mormon, and now she is about to be on Broadway at the Barrymore Theater. She's starring in Paradise Square.
Wow.
Which opens next month.
You have to be just so proud. So with Kayla, the Modern Day Princess, you have written this series now. And okay, so Mama's got a connection. She must have. You want this to go on Broadway. So let's real quick go through the process, because I've written children's books. I don't have a clue what to do with them. I honestly don't. They've been underneath my bed for 26 years now.
You've got to get them out.
No, I don't know how. So, and I'm always so busy. But how did you get from this Well, first, how'd you get your book? How did you even know what to do?
Well, I wanted to write probably from the time I was 20 years old.
Right.
But like you, I was working in Child Protective Services. I was a mom. I was going to law school at night, so I was busy. By the time I decided to write a book, which I didn't publish my first book till I was 44 years old.
Yeah.
By the time
you say that like that's old. That's like not. That's not old.
It's not old. I say it like a lot of people think if you don't achieve your dreams in your 20s,
that you can't do it.
It's over.
Yeah, but you can.
Yeah, you don't have to write a book in your 20s. Get those books out now.
I know.
And so I decided, by the time I decided I wanted to write these books, I didn't want to wait on the traditional publishing process, and it's so easy now to self-publish. And so I decided to self-publish my own books just to get them out there, because if you wait on the traditional publishing process, you have to do a lot of research. You can't just write to anybody. You have to do a lot of research on who you're going to approach, and then you have to wait back to see who will accept your work. It's just a very lengthy process. So I started self-publishing my own books. I found my own illustrator, who is a young lady out of California named Charlene Mosley, who's super talented, as you can see. I've been pretty successful in the self-publishing journey, and then I decided somewhere along the way I wanted to turn this into a Broadway show, and so I've made this concept program that kind of gives people an idea of what that would look like, and this is my daughter.
Oh my gosh.
You know, we just don't get to see a lot of images
like that.
Like this. So this is actually my daughter. She posed for this picture for me. So she's been a really good sport about the whole thing.
So so you did that self-publishing. I also had somebody who told me you self-publish because then you decide where the money that you make goes. Because when you give to a publisher, they take a huge portion of that.
Yes. Well, it's not a horrible route to go, the publishing route.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people will say, you know, would you rather make $1 a book and sell 500,000 books, or would you rather sell 1,000 books and make $10 a book?
Right.
Yeah.
Well, you know, you got to decide for yourself.
You have to decide,
so
right.
when do you, first, how do we get the books?
The books are on Amazon. I also have a website you mentioned earlier.
I mentioned the website,
makeawaymedia.com. But Amazon by far is the easiest way to order the books, and all 5 books are there now. Also this year, I am going to start releasing the same characters in a higher level reading series. So this year we're going to release some early reader books, some chapter books, hopefully eventually get to some middle grade level books with the same story, so we can advance the story, so we can make sure that the story is really full and robust, and that we have a lot to choose from when we take this to Broadway. Now, how I got to Broadway, that's a whole other story. There's no traditional route to get to Broadway. So I started with making this program, which has lots of information in it about, you know, where we're going and what we're trying to do. Here are some lyrics I've already
That's kind of like your vision board.
This is my vision board.
Yeah.
That's right. This is my vision board. So I have a lot of meetings coming up in the spring I'm really excited about. I'm meeting with an actual producer next month. So we'll see how it goes. This is the biggest dream by far I've ever had. When I went to law school, I thought that was crazy. When I self-published, I thought that was crazy. But I didn't tell people for a long time that this Broadway idea was my dream, because it just sounded so outlandish. And then I thought, you know, Lin-Manuel Miranda, wrote a rap musical about Alexander Hamilton. I think I can do this. So
what do you say to the person out there who has that dream, whatever it looks like, whatever that might be? What do you say?
Go for it. Don't wait. Get the books out from under the bed. Make it happen. You know, one of the things I've learned as a therapist is I work with little kids all the time who have these amazing dreams. You know, they really believe that if they dig hard enough in their backyard, they can reach Australia. They really believe that they can sprout the same wings that a butterfly has. And somewhere along the way, you know, we lose that.
It's so easy
to
lose
that. And a lot of times we do that. You know, as adults, we do that to kids. What if that child who has the dream of sprouting the butterfly wings wants to grow up to be a pilot? You know, these dreams aren't that crazy. But it's interesting as a therapist to see the hopes and dreams of a child and then to see how we lose those as an adult.
Adults.
Yeah.
Don't lose them.
Don't lose it.
I appreciate you so much.
I appreciate you. I'm so happy to meet you.
I am so, I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Make a Way Media. The books are so awesome. They are for everyone, but it lets any and everyone dream. MakeAwayMedia.com. We'll see you when you go to Broadway.
Yes.
We will have you back.